We're live call.
We are live, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on another Sunday. Kevin cannot be here. Actually, Kevin is in Florida doing a show, and also he has some personal issues going on in the family that he needs to take care of. So he's not going to be joining us on the show today.
And we
But
send you love, baby. We send you love, you and your family.
yes, Kevin, we send you love and hugs and kisses. The kisses are not from me. The kisses are from Tiffany. uh, and we hope everything goes well for you, Kev. You know, brother, we are family here, and we hope all goes well. And we shout out to Mama Lee and
Mm-hmm.
Bridget, his sister, and Patricia, and everyone in Kevin's family. We hope everything works out in your favor. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we have so much to get to today. Um, Tiffany, before I get started, can you do me the honors and
Hey, everybody. Thank you for chiming in with us once again on a Sunday at 7 p.m. We want to say that we are protected by the Fair Use Act, okay? Anything that we say is our opinion only, okay? That's it. Don't worry, all right? Yes, like and subscribe, share, let us know what you think in the comment section, okay? What else, Carl? I
uh,
think that's about it. Wait a minute. Oh, we don't own the rights to the content or the music. I forgot that one. That's the first one right there. I'm sorry. I'm going a little confused. It's entertainment purposes only and educational purposes only. That's it. Thank you.
all right, thanks, Tiff. So today, like I said, we have several topics to get to. We got Bill Cosby ordered to pay 19 million for something that happened 54 years ago that he apparently claims he does not remember. But to
I
get
don't even remember. I don't think I was born. But
Bill Cosby is 88 and the lady is 82. That's getting that's getting his 19 million. But yet still we have a person in the White House, and I mean who walks free for some reason. And we have some other people with the complexion for the protection, as famous comedian used to say, who walk around totally free without any consequences at all for doing way worse. Not saying what Bill Cosby did was right, but $19 million, 54 years later, that seems,
What's the old saying? What's
it.
good for the goose is not good for the
If
gander.
Bill Cosby if he had never turned out to be a famous comedian, he ended up being a plumber or a carpenter, a bus driver, making 20, $30 an hour. Do you think these women would be going after him, Tiff?
No, they wouldn't.
We also got Druski, the comedian, did a parody of Erika Kirk, and it was brilliant and funny. And of course, the people on the MAGA side are
Got the white people mad as hell.
going
They want
crazy.
to do blackface now.
They're going crazy. Chili from TLC is
Oh,
on the MAGA train, and she's trying
mm.
to backtrack now because she knows
And
who
she's
her base is. How could they not think we would find out? How could you not think we will find out? Um, Also, if you guys are fans of The Price is Right, I think a documentary just came out, or somehow they found out that Bob Barker was a racist and he only wanted two black contestants on his show at a time. He also asked that the black contestant not touch him; that he didn't want to be hugged. And there's video evidence of black contestants trying to hug Bob Barker. And he's backing away, and he's trying to make it funny, but you can tell he didn't want to be touched. It was just okay. It was just fine. Also, he had the TV producers put the word "B" on some card so he would know a black person's coming. So he had a whole lot going on.
him and probably a whole bunch of them called. He ain't the only one.
No, so um, but today we're gonna start off, and I had just had this thought because I look at the world, Tiff. I look at the world and I see all the death and the destruction and all the evil stuff that's going on in the world, all the taking out of groups of people and the bombings, and it all has one common denominator. It's all white men. So
Mhm.
I asked myself, like, what is it? And when you think about torture, right? When you look at lynchings and all the horrible things, yeah, black people commit crimes, but I think all crimes are like, you piss me off, you know, you piss me off. You have to piss black people off, right? We don't just get up and willy nilly go kill people. You
No,
have
we're not programmed to do that.
no,
Remember, we inferior to them. So they're more violent than us. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if you do history on Europeans, go back into their monarchs when they had the kings and queens. They would kill their wife if she didn't have a boy child. You understand what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
they did a lot of stuff, that is very horrible. Chop off heads and everything. Why you think they was running over here? Their descendants that actually became the slave masters here in America. Why they was running from them? Because they couldn't choose their own religion. They were killing their asses. They were starving. They didn't have no trees or nothing. They came over here and was like, we're in heaven. Okay, so that's how they got over here because of their bad behavior, and then they come here and inflict that same bad behavior on black people and then to people of color. Anybody that's supposed to be beneath them, they don't treat them right. And it's sad because we got the bad end of the stick, especially black people. And
yeah,
they documented it.
yeah. I mean, they seem to be inherently. Of course, we know not all white people, so don't come
No, not all, because it was some that did come out and help and support us,
right,
and stuff like that. Also, the ones that was mixed. You had ones that was mulatto that
right,
was mixed. I didn't know the NAACP was run by a whole bunch of white people and mixed people.
yeah, yeah. So, but it does seem like inherently, when it comes to like Jeffrey Dahmer eating
It's
people,
in their blood.
does seem like inherently. Now, do these people need help? Do we need? I mean, do these people need some kind of mental, therapy? Some because
You saying do white people need therapy?
yeah, do they
They
need?
been needed therapy. They get therapy way before we do. Yeah,
But
they need therapy, but they need therapy about education about us and how they make us feel and what they did to the system.
yeah, so we're gonna get into it just a little bit. No one seems to be addressing it, so we're addressing. Are white people inherently evil? Because the crimes they commit, they used to boil people in oil back in the day. They used to boil. How can you watch? I don't care what someone did. How can you watch someone boil in oil? So do white people need some kind of therapy? Are they ready to admit, hey, we got some issues? Look at all the mass killers in America. They're all white. Every single one of them are white. Every single one of them are white. So this is not a diss on the white race, because like I said, we know not all white people, but there is something there that needs to be looked at. Are a large group of white people inherently evil and hateful? So we're going to show some videos. We're going to come back and we're going to discuss.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love.
Y'all know the crazy thing? The ancestors of all these people behind this brother got black fatigue nowadays. So a common theme that they loved to do back in the day was take pictures with the people they were about to put up in the tree. And to make it worse, what they used to do after was like dismember, body parts. They'll probably take an arm or a finger or something and keep it as a souvenir. You gotta think about the types of wickedness you gotta have before completing the act like this. Like, you gotta completely dehumanize them. And bro, you gotta think about it. Like, this wasn't that long ago, probably less than 100 years old. Like, we got grandparents that was probably peers with this brother right here. Like, you know what I'm saying, y'all? They want us to always forget. We ain't forgetting shit. I don't care how uncomfortable it make it. But hey, black fatigue.
Are white people evil by nature? 1. Ice. The white man comes from the icy caves. He has a trauma called the Ice Age trauma. He has the need to control everything and everyone. 2. Terrorism. The pale man goes around the world dropping bombs on innocent people, and he has the nerve to call us criminals and savages. 3. sympathy. Not once did this white man apologize for what he has done to the world. He has caused climate change, slavery, destabilization, and also involved in the extinctions of many animals.
A lot of people don't understand white people's propensity for evil, but I do. They go way out of their way to try and convince you that they don't have the propensity for it. That lady who called ICE on the men who fixed her roof is evil. Okay? The mechanism mentally that is required to do some shit like that, it's pure evil. It unlocks a part of humanity that is actually evil. And white people they're closer in proximity to what that mechanism and how they can touch that at any moment. Why? Because they have like lifelong conditioning that says it's okay for them to do evil shit. Fucking evil. And like we saw like a couple months ago when that lady who's a teacher called ICE to try and report her students' parents because they didn't speak English. Fucking evil. And the sad part is like a lot of them hear this and like they'll hear the examples of the behaviors and be like, no, like these are individual people because they get to be individuals. They don't have to be lumped in with the group. But like these are individual people. How is it that all white people are evil? No, whiteness, the concept, creates a lot of evil people more than the average. If you go back in history, the greatest, okay, some of the greatest, most of the greatest fucking monstrosities, like horrible, awful things that have happened to humanity has come from that crusty little corner in Asia, aka Europe. Evil. Like that is some evil shit. Jesus.
A lot of us white people have misunderstood. Perhaps you can explain it to me. He said that white men are devils.
Yes.
What does he mean by that?
He means just what he said. The deeds and the works of the man. He says the American devils. The lynching, the killing, cutting the black people's private out, sticking it in the mouth is what the dead does. Got a book called 100 Years of Lynching written by white men. Taking black women who was 4 months pregnant, they took us for years and hung us up with the feet and stuck a dagger in her stomach and ripped it and pulled the unborn baby out just to put fear in other slaves. They tied up black people to horses and 2 horses and pulled his arms out and pulled his legs out. Lemonade trains with white children and white people of America used to come and watch them tie up 10 or 15 black men and pour gasoline on them and burn them, watch them burn alive. They took us and hung us up with trees and shot us with bullets. They took and cut a hand off and gave it to the little boy and they took the leg off. And this is worse than the devil.
All right, but...
see, the devil, the preacher in the church taught us that the devil was up under the ground.
Right.
And he'll wait till he died before he burned us up. This white devil in America was worse because he burned us while we was alive. He didn't wait till we died.
Now, Tiffany, this last video I'm going to show before we get started, this was recently, like a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, but this black man was at the pool and this white woman picked up his baby and just threw the baby in the pool. Just threw it. I don't know, Tim.
This lady picked up my baby and just threw him in the water. She grabbed him, she took him, and she threw him out. My son can't swim.
Without permission, you took their child and threw him in the pool.
I tossed him in the pool a couple feet, yeah.
And she said like it's not a problem.
Is that a law against that?
You can't
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
grab other people's children, especially an infant.
I didn't do it with bad intentions.
Do you understand?
I don't have anything to explain.
I mean, so you don't know why you did that?
For fun.
For fun? You really threw an infant in some water for fun. Make that make sense.
That's not your child.
Did you get permission from your parent to come out here today and talk to me?
I did.
She gotta be on drugs. Gotta be.
Oh, you did? Oh, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, you broke the law.
Okay, ma'am. How about this? Could you have your ID on you?
I'm sorry, I don't really think they have a complaint.
Eileen, what's your last name?
So you mean to tell me having a stranger take their child and throw them in water is not a valid enough complaint?
Put your hand on a kid against their will. That is a crime in this state.
I did not know.
I'm talking. I'm talking.
You people. All right. Look what you've done.
No, ma'am, you did this yourself. They didn't even want to press charges. So you're at least going to jail for resisting now?
What I find strange about this is that the people actually didn't want to press charges. I don't understand why not. Because when a woman like this or either person was just insane type of behavior. They'll probably find themselves in a situation like this again, and they'll think that it's just for fun. There's people like this who have me on 10 whenever my kids say they want to go outside and play. The fact that she's so nonchalant about it that's what's really scary about the whole entire thing, if you ask me.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know it, Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany. You'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy, we're gonna challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God up above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us here another Sunday for the Black Therapy Show. Like we said, Kevin can't be here. Kevin has a show in Florida, and after Florida, he has to head home to take care of some family issues. So Tiffany and I are holding it down here today, and we're kicking it off with a question that's been burning on my mind, and I think we all know the answer because history speaks for itself. And you saw the video where the white lady said she did it for fun. She picked up a black baby that could not swim, and threw it in the pool. And the police asked her why, and she said, "I did it for fun."
And if it wasn't on camera, people would say that we're lying, like we're making this shit up. And it's just so, first of all, why did you even touch somebody's child? Also, we noticed that the black mother wasn't there because she would have whooped her ass. Do you understand me? Soon as she would have threw the baby in, she would have went and got her baby and whooped her ass. Okay, point blank, said period, and then said, "Lock me up, please." Okay. Um, I don't get it, but I'm glad that those police told her you were wrong, and then you're gonna curse them out and f them. Oh, get out of here and stuff. Lock her ass up. She either was high or drunk. I wouldn't even be surprised if her descendants was the same ones that was hanging black men on the strange fruit on the tree. Okay, she looked like those is her uncles and grandfathers and great grandfathers. For you to take somebody baby and throw him in the water for fun.
Yeah, I mean, like that just showed that is like white privilege, and she just felt nothing. She felt
No. Why would you expect them to feel empathy or sympathy for us?
that
A
could,
lot of them really don't, Carl.
yeah, a black that could not swim, and you threw him in the pool, and you just walked away like it was okay. Um, and when people, like a lot of people in our comments say, "Oh, we need to stop talking about race. It doesn't exist anymore. The KKK doesn't exist anymore." But we don't. The KKK does exist.
Mm-hmm.
That lady could be in the KKK. She has all qualifications to be in the KKK.
But anybody that don't feel like black people don't deserve reparations, or they don't deserve respect is a KKK for me, or KKK like. Okay, because for somebody to do that, that means she really don't care about none of us. You understand? And it's many of her that's out there like that. And just I'm just in a state of shock. And even when Muhammad Ali said, he said we thought the devil was under the ground and gonna get us when we die. No, we got the devil here, right here in America, killing us and doing what they're doing right here in front of everybody. Again, it's documented. It was shown. They took pictures. You understand? They did postcards. They showed what they did. We didn't do any of that. We wasn't trained, or we were not people that will want to hurt and kill people, especially white people. You understand? That wasn't what we'll protect them before we'll kill them. And that's so messed up to have that mentality, instead of protecting yourself first. But I'm
Yeah.
not surprised, Carl.
But the thing is, no one looks at that particular group and say these people need help or try to understand why that level of evil exists in a human being. What is that level, And so many times you see people discussing the horrible things that white people did, and they just kind of, in my opinion, they gloss over it and they just talk over it and they just keep moving. But no, I think we need to hover. What kind of person could cut a pregnant woman's belly open, rip the baby out, and then stomp on the baby's head? That's
Well,
special
yeah.
kind of evil. That's a evil that I wouldn't even thought exists.
No, I'm not. I'm not surprised. Well, it did happen. You understand? It happened because I think it was a woman. She was pregnant. She was coming to save her husband. Her husband got hung. I think they hung her son and then killed her and cut the baby. Like, it's just that I'm not trying to figure out. We all know their behavior, and my thing is their descendants is here, live today. You understand? Because they're not here. But remember, what's the scariest is their descendants that lives in silence. That is probably still evil to people, evil to black people right now. And they could be in Congress. They could be in the political place. They could be cops. They could be judges. They could be anything. It could be anybody that's of high authority that feel the way they feel about black people and don't even know us. But they taught to feel like we're beneath them and you can treat us like anything.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time because it is what it is. But I just want to remind people that these people are who they are, and we shouldn't waste our time trying to understand, why they do what they do. They do what they do because that's who they are. You
Yeah,
know,
and we just be on point as people and
right?
keep our family protected and keep them educated about what's going on. Remember, a lot of our grandparents didn't even tell a lot of their children what they went through in their life with sharecropping or even their parents being slaves or dealing with they kept a lot of that secret. We're learning more dealing with social media and education and writings and slave narratives, what our people really had to go through. And now, when I do my visits to the plantations, and you really see what it looks like there on the scene, we want to salute the ancestors, really salute them, because I don't know if I would have been able to survive, Carl. Carl, I would have been able to survive. They'd be killing this nigga.
Uh, we're gonna move on. So the president of Ghana is in the U.S. and he's asking for reparations. Now, I'm not sure if he's asking for reparations because Tiffany was the one that brought this to my attention. So I don't know if Tiffany has more information. I don't know if he's asking for reparations for the Ghanaians from his country, or if he's asking for reparations for slavery as a whole. The slaves from Ghana who were brought to America. Is he looking for reparations for those ancestors? I'm not sure. But 3 countries said absolutely not. Out of all the countries, I think it was maybe 50 or more countries.
That
But
abstain, they didn't say
yeah,
anything about it. Yeah.
the USA said nope. Israel said nope. And Argentina said no.
Isn't that something?
But Argentina, if you know a little bit about Argentina, the whites in Argentina are kind of similar to to the ones we have here in the US. So I wasn't surprised by Argentina. I also wasn't surprised by Israel. I definitely wasn't surprised by the USA.
No, but their reasoning was really did it to me was it was law to do what was done to us. And we cannot make modern white people feel bad for something that happened 150 years ago, 200 years ago, when it was law to do wrong against us. And these are the people that followed the Bible. You understand? These are people that's supposed to have been following God and to know that's how they feel. Again, I think he was trying to get some type of recognition that it was wrong, it was inhumane. I don't know if he was asking for reparations, and like you said, we don't know. Was you fighting for the Black Americans? Because we have a lot of the Africans on that was there on the east of Africa. They were selling, what is West Coast, excuse me, West. They were selling a lot of the slaves, not knowing, in a way, they didn't know what was going on the other end, but they were selling us. So,
You hit the wrong button, Tiff. Okay, Tiffany decided to take a break. Yeah, I get what Tiffany's saying, that that the people of Ghana and a lot of the African nations were selling slaves, but I don't think they really understood what they were doing because they were being paid. It's kind of like a drug dealer going into a neighborhood and say, "Hey, kid, take
right.
it to down the street, give it to this guy. I'll give you $100." Of course, he's going to do it. He doesn't know he's selling drugs and devastating the whole family. So,
Hmm.
when people say that Africans sold slaves, yeah, they sold slaves because they were given, gold and silver or whatever to go.
No, they were giving it to them. I heard they wasn't really selling us for what, guns and rifles. Again, they were ignorant during that time. They didn't know no better. And remember when they was going through their wars against, because again, don't get it twisted. Africa is a tribal nation. They fight against tribal war, tribal wars with, with one another. A lot of them would capture other people that they had war with, and they would be their slaves. So maybe they thought that, okay, we giving up these slaves, that is actually their enemies, and let me just give them to them, and I'm gonna get me this and I'm gonna get me that. And I don't think they knew, but again, did you ever find out? Because they was coming back and forth for a long time. Did y'all ever try to find out, and try to come back for us? Because that's another thing. They never came back for us. They didn't come to them other countries to come and get us and fight and get us. They didn't do nothing. They left our asses right there.
Yeah. Um, hey, what's up, Pam? Pamela Jones said, "I'm not surprised about the countries that voted against the referendum." Yeah, I wasn't surprised either.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised. I was surprised, like I said, by the answer. Why? Because it was Lord to abuse us. That's the scary. You don't think that's scary right there, Carl? It was the Lord to do what they did to us. So
Yeah,
they should not be, the people of today should not be accused of something that was law.
yeah,
That's crazy. Like it was Lord to beat us, to sell us, to separate our families, to kill us. It was okay. It was okay. Like that's the saddest part for me.
yeah. Donna, what's up, Donna? Donna is asking, have you guys seen the Lego Trump video? No, what is do you know about that, Tiff? The Lego,
No,
is that Lego as in the game, the Lego that you put together?
it got to be. There must be the Legos.
Oh, okay. No, Donna, we haven't seen unless somebody came up with a Lego game that you put it together and you get a Trump person.
You got some orange Legos and some brown ones for his face because he be coloring his face.
Yeah. What's up, Emma? Emma Crawford is shouting out, is checking in. What's up, Emma? Shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone watching on YouTube
We appreciate you.
and Facebook. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what the Ghanaian president is asking for, but here's a couple of clips.
Here in the United States, Black history courses are being removed from school curricula. Schools are being mandated to stop teaching students about the truth of slavery, segregation, and racism in American history courses. Books about those topics are being banned in schools and public libraries. Museums, art centers, and other institutions whose budgets rely in any way on public funds are being prohibited from scheduling exhibitions and programs or from displaying materials promoting racial awareness or Black history. They're slowly normalizing erasure.
I didn't know they brought out the drums, Carl. Dang, they brought out the drums. He went to the burial site in Manhattan, the African burial site. He went and dropped a wreath over there.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
So I mean, can't hurt to ask. I mean, the Jews got reparations, the Japanese got reparations.
Oh, thank you. Can you please say it again? That's what you should see too. Like the comments, people were commenting on like why y'all think y'all need it and all of that stuff. But again, the little hats got theirs, and theirs was what 2 years, 3 years, and then you got what happened to the Asians that America inflicted on them. They had to pay them. So I don't understand. And now I'm thinking about it. Didn't Argentina just get money from
Yes,
America? A
yes,
lot of money. So now we understand you don't want us to get reparations because you taking our money.
yes.
You know.
Ar- Argentina got 40 billion from the Trump administration. He dropped 40 billion on Argentina. So everybody gets reparations except there's Tiffany. There's something about black people that bothers the world. There's just something about the dark skin that seems to bother the world. Like no matter where in the world you go, we seem to just bother people.
Yeah, because we're beautiful and everything we touch turn to gold.
You know, it's like
They
yeah,
know we the chosen ones. Okay, first of all, we are the mothers and fathers of civilization. If you don't believe it, ask Chat GPT. Everybody want to go to chat. We are the mothers and fathers. We are older. Our ancestors is older. The oldest set of bones was found in Ethiopia. I mean, come on, stop. But again, remember, they here. They want us right here. They do not want us at the same playing field. That's not where it's going to work at. That's why they had to shut us down a little bit. That's why you got 300,000 women, especially black women and women, losing their jobs in high positions and stuff because they feel like they're being taken. They feel like we trying to take something away from them. Look, they telling white women to stay home and have babies.
yeah,
Okay? Don't go to college. Stay home and have a baby.
yeah. It was just released in the news that Pete Hegseth, the whatever his position is in the Trump administration, the Department of War, the head of the Department of War,
Mm-hmm.
just blocked. He just blocked 9 people from being promoted in the army. 7 of them are black women, and seven of them are black, and the other 2 are women. But they're all black. If they're men and women, they're all black and women. So it seems that blacks and women seems to bother. See.
Yeah, especially in high positions. They don't want no black woman telling them what to do. They don't want the mammy, as they call it, the mammy telling them what to do. They don't want that. But my thing is, right? Um, do some of these people can they retire for like a couple of years, or say can they get a relief until Trump leaves? I mean, because isn't that like a toxic environment?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure if they can take a leave of absence. Maybe they can fake medical leave.
Because I wouldn't want to work under, especially under this administration. I wouldn't want to work up under it, because it's too chaotic. It's too much going on. They starting wars. Wars is there. I would probably want to stay clear. They always want to put the black people up front, and then don't give them no respect.
Emma Crawford is saying we want our reparations plain and simple. Yeah, we're about to give them $250 billion to help with this war if it goes through. But the Trump administration is asking for $250 billion. But they always say we don't have enough money for reparations.
Mm-mm. Mm. They don't have enough money for reparations. They don't have enough money to fix New Orleans roads. Okay, I was just there. Their roads need to be fixed. Their sidewalks need to be fixed. Y'all don't got enough money for that. We got potholes all here in Brooklyn that needs to be fixed. So I'm telling you, the people that's running the country, it's a lot. It's a lot, But I'm gonna be honest with you, Carl. I don't want to be nowhere else but America right now. Okay, because in other countries, women don't have no respect. Okay, I would be getting slapped every day.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with America. It's the people,
It's the people that run it, and if it wasn't for black people fighting and going out there walking and marching across bridges for some type of equality, I don't know where we would be at today. Did you hear about the Somalians went out there on the Emmett Peterson Bridge trying to ask for help and stuff like that? We done did that and done that. I mean, are you serious? Y'all done shitted on us, called us black and lazy. Now you trying to walk the walk my ancestors walk. Martin Luther King and all of them had to walk and got their ass beat and sprayed on by the time they got to the end of the damn bridge. Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So Michelle Obama was, I think she had Conan O'Brien on her podcast, and somehow of what it was like being black in the White House, but she pretty much said that that the Obamas could absolutely not do what the Trumps are doing. They had to act a certain way.
Oh yeah.
We all know that, what I mean. But here's
Yeah, that's just common sense. Come on, you gotta relax a bit. When you're around white people, you gotta have a relaxer in your hair because you got the nigga hair just too much for them. You gotta be relaxed. You understand what I'm saying? You be around them, you gotta be like, no, ma'am, yes, ma'am. To make them feel comfortable. You can't raise your voice too much, it's gonna make them nervous, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, Michelle and Obama, especially Michelle, she better not have came out her nigga bag. They really had to act a certain type of way because they will be judged for everything. Now, what's going on here with the White House? They feel they white. They don't get judged. They don't get judged. Nobody better not say one thing or you're gonna get in trouble. So yeah, what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. It doesn't work like that.
Here's Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama sat with Conan O'Brien and said,
there's absolutely no way that the behavior in this current administration would have been accepted by the first black family in the White House.
Right.
Because in order to get where we are, you don't get here without being damn near perfect.
Yeah.
We don't get to fail.
and that's a fact. Black people don't get a chance to fail and become president. Fuck that. Listen, black people can't dodge the draft, cause a war on behalf of another country, and veterans eagerly vote him in as commander-in-chief. Black people can't say,
in our war against the virus,
and Asian people still go out and vote for them. Black people can't f*** a porno star while his wife is pregnant, say he can grab women by the and be friends with the fucking king of the pedophiles, and everyone but the 92% go out and vote for them. Black people can't go bankrupt 6 times and the working class people vote him in to fix the economy. Black people can't say, yo, if you vote me in, I'm gonna deport your immigrant ass. And then immigrants make a song about voting for him.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
Listen, black people can barely display being pro-black and win office. But if you're white, you can say shit like this to a crowd.
We did so great with white everything.
And become the leader of this so-called free world. Yo, you gotta love it. What white privilege?
Thinks no other president could do some of this shit I'm doing.
Yeah. Isn't he the very first president to cuss openly in public? The very first?
I think Trump is everything that white people are sitting back like, I wish I could do that, but let him do it. Trump don't care. He does not care. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I like him like that. You know why? Because I want to see his real personality, how he act and how people react to him. You understand? Come on, you already know. You and Cav talk about this all the time. How many friends y'all had to lose after this MAGA explosion dealing with Trump? You understand? People that y'all done chilled with, broke bread with, worked with. Find out who people really is. So Trump, in a way, is a curse and a blessing because we are able to see people for who they is, the businesses and things like that, and where our money should go, and it should go into us.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna talk now about Bill Cosby having to pay a whole bunch of money after 19 years No, I'm sorry. After 54 years, he had to pay 19.
It's 54 or 52.
I'm not sure. I know it's 50 something.
Oh, it's still, that's too much.
50. So I'm actually, Donna just sent me the link for the Trump Lego thing. Yeah. So Bill Cosby now has to pay $19 million.
Yes, 19 million altogether. Cosby has paid he has to pay almost $60 million in damages to white women for sexual behavior. Isn't that something?
Yeah. All right. So here's Dr. Umar's take on it.
What makes this even worse is FBI Director Kash Patel and Attorney General Pam Bondi then already told the American people that no one is being investigated for the Epstein files. Now, in the Epstein files, Art, you have 300 different millionaires, billionaires, moguls, and powerful men within the global white power structure. 300 of them. It's a who's who of white elites in the world. 300 of them named. Most of them got evidence in the files against them. And the FBI director and his boss, the attorney general, have both said no one is going to be prosecuted. If I'm Bill Cosby, Art, if I'm Bill Cosby, somebody is going to have to explain to me how I'm paying $19 million for an alleged assault against a woman 54 years ago, when you got men who have eaten children, sexually assaulted children, sexually assaulted women, unalived them, trafficked them, abused them, and yet nobody's going to jail for that. Nobody's going to be punished because of the Epstein trial. This is the biggest sex scandal in world history. Nobody's going to jail for it, but I got to pay $19 million because a snow bunny said I abused her 54 years ago. Look at the double standard. Look at the gross miscarriage of justice. And I believe that Sean Combs and Bill Cosby need to somehow come together and do some sort of a civil suit. They might got to squeeze R. Kelly in there somehow, because they, in my opinion, some lawyer should be able to argue some sort of a case that black men, rich black men, they might got to put Russell Simmons in there because they're trying to drag Uncle Russ into the situation. Someone needs to show that there is a pattern of punishing rich black men for crimes that are barely being proven, if proven at all, while white men get off.
So Bill Cosby has made it back in the news. Honestly, I didn't know he was still facing charges. He's been found guilty of a 1972 drugging and raping of a woman. She was an ex-waitress. Her name is Donna Motzinger, okay? The jury awarded her $19 million. And in the deposition that he did on video, he replied when they asked him if he had intercourse with her. He said, "I cannot remember if I did or did not." He was found liable for claims of sexual assault of an intoxicated woman and sexual battery by the jury just 3 days after deliberation. He has been ordered to pay her $17.5 million for past mental trauma. He has to pay another $1.75 million for mental suffering of the now 84-year-old Bay Area waitress. Okay, California allows you to go back and sue people for SA. Bill Cosby's lawyers said they are appealing.
It's all because it's YouTube. But apparently he got to pay this woman who said that Bill Cosby did something to her in 1972. This woman, I wasn't even born yet. This is over 50 years ago. This woman that came out the woodwork, and Bill Cosby has to pay this woman 19 point nine, I think it's almost $20 million he has to give this woman. And on top of that, the jury and the judge left the door open that she can still get money out of him for punitive damages. So she can come back and get some more money out of him. And this also leaves, they're going to try, not only did he do 3 years in prison for that whole thing that went down and they overturned it, they're going to go after Bill Cosby's money. They're going to let this man die broke. $19 million he has to give up to this woman for something that may have happened. For something that may have happened, have happened in 1972, over 50 years ago. He probably don't even remember even knowing this woman, if he even met her at all. And he has to give this woman $20 million with possibilities with the door open.
Yeah, I mean, Pamela Jones said, yes, there is a pattern. The powers that be are trying to make sure Cosby isn't able to buy communication network ever. Yeah, to buy a communication. Yeah, I mean, we see it over. Even okay, let's go back to OJ. Right, he was found not guilty in a criminal court, but then they made sure that they got him when the family filed a I forgot what kind of case, a personal case against him. You know, they made sure that how much, whatever millions. So there is a pattern where they try to, they want to make sure that they keep black men down.
You already know they portray us as sexual deviants. We are also very dangerous. And what I'm noticing, and what I guess said on in the chat room, it's a pattern. It's like they do not let a black man leave this earth a successful without being clean. Like he will not be clean. He is going to have some type of negativity on him. He could have did so much for this world, but he's going to have some type of negative connotation on him, some sexual deviant nasty. Look at Michael. They did it to Michael. You understand? Smokey Robinson is about to come up on some charges, and he damn near 90 years old. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what are y'all doing? But again, our black men, this is a message to y'all. Please watch out for these white women. You understand? Because I'm really still in a state of shock because during that time, black men knew, especially Bill Cosby, messing around with white women were dangerous. Those was dangerous waters. So now you telling me you is a habitual Mickey dropper? You're dropping them in all these women and nobody said anything? Nobody mentioned anything? I mean, come on. And now look. Your fortune, he's going down. His fortune is going down. He was worth $400 million before all of this case. I think now he's worth only $100 million and it keep going down if they have to take away, a certain like 19 or even 50, like I said, altogether, I think it's 59 million. He have to pay out to almost all of these women saying that he touched them. And then he's saying half the women he don't even remember that he touched them or what he did to them. So again, I hope that they use Bill Cosby, which was a very successful black man that did a lot for the black community, for black colleges, for black visual, and how they're doing him. And if he was such this predator all this time, nobody said anything, but you got Weinstein, Epstein, all these men that were being disrespectful and nasty to women, and nobody said anything. So it's sad, Carl. It's real sad to see him go down like that. But I'm not surprised because if he was messing around with them white women, this is something what came back to bite your ass. Leave them alone, because what happens is they get your money and it's going right back into the white hands. You notice that? They marry white women, it goes back into the white hands. They do something stupid, and look what happened. All his money is going back into white hands. They like, oh no, you're not going nowhere with this money.
Yeah. Thanks. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Manju on YouTube, and Pama. Civil case is what I was trying to think of. Yes, they filed a civil case against,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when they got him, and they were
No,
out.
that wasn't when they got him. Call. They got him because one of his two white his white friends, gassed him up to go get his memorabilia up in the hotel, and that's when they locked his ass up and gave him. I
Oh
think.
right, yeah, yeah. I mean, but I mean, they got him by as far as paying out the money. But yeah, his white friends did gas him up to go get his memorabilia, and he, like an idiot.
Ran up there like, I'm going to get my stuff. This my stuff. This my shit. No, no, you already looked at it. You already loved it up already. They took that away from you because of his civil case. All of that stuff was taken from him. So now you want to run up there and get these white boys gas your ass up, and that's when they was able to give him time.
Yeah. Manju also mentioned, he said black model. Black model, are you referring to Beverly Johnson? Beverly Johnson's a black model who also said that I don't know if he did actually get to harass her or do anything sexual to her, but she did say she went back to his house or his hotel or whatever, and he put something in her drink, and she was really unconscious. She got unconscious. And I remember in the interview, she said, "Oh, you a motherfucker." And she kind of was outspoken, so I don't think he yeah
They
right,
was finding every woman they could find, okay? And I think she was the only black one.
yeah, but she said he put her in the cab and he sent her home, so he didn't actually do anything with Beverly Johnson.
So
He
why
could
she
have
have to even
blamed.
come out anyway, Carl?
I don't know, she just felt the need to to join the parade.
I wonder, did they pay them? A lot of them was paid to talk.
But the white woman that got the 19 million said she doesn't remember anything. She woke up with in her bra and panties on. She doesn't remember. She doesn't remember anything. But she woke up next to Bill Cosby. This is what she's saying. She woke up next to Bill Cosby in her underwear and a shirt or something crazy like that. And so and
Well, how old is she? She's in her 80s.
she's
Don't
80,
worry, her grandchildren gonna enjoy that 19 million.
82.
This is sad. And again, we are against rape, molestation, Mickey dropping. We're against that, but we will question certain things like we supposed to. You're supposed to ask. I'm an evidence girl. I need evidence. You understand? I wish she would have pulled out 54-year-old evidence. You understand? Like, bring out something that's be like, listen, test this. I got DNA now. Test this. But 19 million for something that happened 54 years ago? Oh my God.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, Tiff, if Bill Cosby had he not been this famous comedian, let's say, and worth hundreds of millions, let's say Bill Cosby turned out to be working on the railroad or, being doing Uber Eats, or, do you think? No, I mean, it's all about the money. They want to claim it's not, but it's all about the money. And back then, they say the worst offender of this was the guy that owned the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, you're talking about Hugh Hefner.
Hefner, they say he was the king of roofing women and having sex with them. The king.
But they're not going to talk about again. We talked about this. What's good for the goose is not good for the gander. Again, one of the girls that accused Bill Cosby, he supposed to have met her at the Playboy Mansion. So all of this, they made sure they need to dig Hugh Hefner up and put him up under scrutiny. That's what they need to do. Since they want to dig people dead people up, they need to really go and get him and find out and persecute his ass. Because we know half those bunnies was not no old bunnies. They was young bunnies.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, those women wanted to be around celebrities.
Yeah, they was high paid prostitutes.
Yeah.
That's what they was. Just like the ones that was hanging around with Trump and Epstein and stuff. They got these high paid, or they created high paid prostitutes, because a lot of these young ladies came from other countries that didn't know English, didn't have, they country was war torn and stuff like that. And you can get any woman trying to get away from stuff like that. So please, it's the whole thing is sad.
Yeah.
The whole thing is sad. So black men, please watch your ass. Okay, that's the therapy for today. Okay, watch your ass. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Okay, stop sleeping around with these white women. You're not going to get no points up. You understand? You're not going to get no points down. You're not going to get nothing. You know, and you got to weigh your up now. I know you got to love who you love,
You know,
but
we all waiting for the hammer to drop with Michael Jordan and his. He must have a pretty airtight prenup, Michael Jordan, but
no, his first wife got enough for him.
yeah,
Okay, his first wife got enough of half of his what you call it, and she's living a vida loca. She's enjoying herself, whatever. This white woman, I don't know. She probably stayed with him to the end. Again, the rest of his money is going to her.
yeah,
Not his black child, not his black wife or anything. His ex-wife is going right to her. Who else?
yeah,
Eddie Murphy.
yeah.
Eddie Murphy, he's white. His wife is white also. That's going right back to her and her mixed kids. You understand? So they know what they doing. They'll make you rich, but at the end, you gonna give back that money.
Scooby D2 is asking us a question. I don't know if you can make sense of this. Tiff, he said, let's say Bill Cosby was Harvey Weinstein or Jeffrey Epstein. Would you even be having this conversation? Let me see.
Yeah.
If Bill Cosby was, yeah.
Why wouldn't we have this conversation? Remember, again, we are against sexual abuse, sexual deviance against any woman or man. We're against it. You understand? But again, Harvey Weinstein, he is dealing with more of the casting couch, how he would treat those women. It's white women that came out there and talked about him and said what he did. And then you got the Epstein, where he was getting younger women, younger girls that was from different countries and stuff. Now the thing with Bill Cosby, they were saying he was Mickey dropping. To be honest with you, he was not a bad looking man. It wasn't like he couldn't get women or women wasn't coming up to him. Women like money. Women like celebrity. They were running to him, all types. I don't think he was just sitting up there, you get a Mickey, you get a Mickey, you everybody get a goddamn Mickey. I don't think he was that damn dumb. And if he was, he deserved everything he's getting right now. If he did all of this they said he did, knowing the history of black people and white women, and he still went along and did it, he deserved everything he got. But again, I'm still going to be on the butt. We don't know. And I don't think that he was sitting around dropping Mickeys in people drinks like that.
Yeah.
Almost 40 women? It wasn't like one or two or three. It was like 40 women.
Yeah. Emma Crawford also saying Tiger Woods, you know, he's another one that didn't learn this lesson. But Scooby D2 says, name a white rapist. Now name a black one. So I guess what Scooby's saying, he can name a ton of black rapists, but we can't name one white rapist. First of all, there's I don't remember his name, but there was a TV show called That 70s Show. A white guy he's in prison now for like 20 years for rape. There's several. I didn't. There's a couple, but the reason, Scooby, that you see all these black men being paraded out, and I know some people that are watching would say, well, that's a stretch, but when white men commit crimes, it doesn't make it to the news. It doesn't make it. It's not publicized the way it's publicized when black people commit crimes. I know for a fact that the reason that I had a friend that was a police officer, he was white, and he admitted to me that he patrolled a predominantly white neighborhood, and he said if there was a break-in or any kind of crime that they never reported, the chief would say to them, don't report it, just let it go, because they wanted to keep the home values in that particular neighborhood, Tiffany. They wanted to keep those values in the house up. And if the crime statistics were too high in that particular neighborhood, then people would be upset. And rich people get upset, and that's where all the taxes for the town come from is from the rich people. So they would not report crimes in certain neighborhoods because to keep the value of the homes up and keep the white people, basically. So I'm saying all that, Scooby, to say they don't, when white men do things or white people do things, it's treated totally differently. And I'll tell you something else, Scooby, and you might not believe this, but it was there was a study done, and they found that when a black man commits a crime and the crime is shown on TV, the black person's face stays on the TV 10 to 15 seconds longer than if it's a white criminal. Right? A white criminal commits a crime, to show the picture, poof, it's gone in a few seconds. Black person's picture stays up 10 to 15 seconds longer. Why? Because they want that etched in your brain. Listen, Scooby, racism runs so deep, and I know decent white people like you don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe that people in your group or in your family or your friends are so devious. But the lens that people go to with their racist stuff, I mean, I think we should, a matter of fact, we're going to do a show on this. We're going to show the levels to which people go just to be racist, right? You know the reason, if you go to, college was supposed to be free in America. Supposed to be free. And they said, well, if you make it free, then the black people can go for free. And that's why they started charging to go to college, because medicine was supposed to be free. Medical services were supposed to be free in America. But then the white people said, well, if we charge black people to go to the doctor, they don't have any money because they don't have any jobs, and they will all die out. 100% true, Scooby. They wanted us to die out. So they said if we make the black people pay to go to see the doctor, if they don't have the money to go see the doctor, they would all get. So this is how deep racism goes. So when you say name a white racist and then name a black rapist, sorry, not racist. I understand, because they show our face. You know, that's why people believe that we're only 13% of the population, but we commit 50% of the crime. That is absolutely not true. In a country where there's 300 million white people and 40, 50 million black people.
There's not that even many white people. And then it says all about the community too.
Right.
Like each state, each state is different. That's what adds them up. But you're 100% right. You're 100% right.
Yeah. So they do a lot of things, Scooby. To this day, they're doing things to hold black people down, just to keep black people down. Pamela mentioned in the chat, they don't want Bill Cosby to buy a network, a communication network. Bill Cosby was trying to buy NBC. Him and a group of people were trying to, because he wanted to show black people in a positive light.
But he's the only one that has shown black people in a positive light. The Cosby Show, a different world.
And they said no. And the reason a lot of us believe they're going after Bill Cosby, because they don't want anything positive shown about black people. So
that would mess up their narrative of what they portrayed of us already. But I think the whole thing is set up. And again, I would have thought that he would have protected himself more. He had a beautiful wife at home, his family, his children. You would think, but again, I tell men all the time, a man's downfall is a woman and money. Don't let it be your downfall, okay? Don't let it be your downfall.
I don't know. I didn't mention Emmett Till, Scooby. I don't know. You said so. You're using Emmett Till to excuse Bill Cosby. I didn't say anything about Emmett Till.
Wait a minute. So you're using Emmett Till? Ain't nobody using no Emmett Till. First of all, Emmett Till, if you want to keep it real, Emmett Till was the one, by him sacrificing his life at 13, 14 years old, he started the civil rights era. That's when what's her name said she wasn't sitting on the back of the bus. She was gonna sit herself right where she was at because of what happened to that boy. So no, we're not. You can't compare Emmett Till and Bill Cosby together. They're two different individuals. Bill Cosby is a grown ass man, Emmett Till was a child that was murdered by racist white men. Okay. You know, and I think you should do more history on it, Scooby, and go look at the pictures of what they did to a little boy because they thought that he whistled at a white woman. Now, if you want to compare that, every black man, after they saw what they did to that little boy, they should never ever want to look at a white woman in that type of way anyway, okay? Because that could be your ass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I digress.
But yeah, I don't know what your analogy is there, Scooby. I didn't mention anything about Emmett Till, so I'm not sure what your analogy is.
So we must have had to mention Emmett Till.
It,
Shout out to Emmett Till and Mamie Till.
if you want to clarify, please feel free to go ahead, because I'm not sure how Emmett Till. But I mean, to this day in 2026, there are still things in place and being put in place. Listen, right now as we speak, they're trying to block black people from voting in America. Scooby, they're trying to stop black people from voting in America. They're
Voter suppression.
Yes, absolutely. They're redrawing the districts. They're moving stuff around. They're doing everything in their power in 2026 so black people can't vote, or making
You
it
heard
hard.
Trump, he said they stealing the votes. He know what they've been doing for years, stealing votes.
So so Scooby, I hear you, but the reason we do this show is to educate. I learn from you, you learn from me. Hopefully you learn something from me. I learned something from you. I learned that you are not very well educated when it comes. I always wonder, Tiff, and I used to wonder this. I used to not understand how white people, like I have white friends that say to me, "Oh my God, I never knew that. I never knew you got. I didn't know this. I did." But how could you not know? Like I would tell them things that happened to me as a black person, and they would be shocked because I always thought that white people shared their racism stories. I did. I thought I did. I thought when they have Tiffany, when they have Thanksgiving or they have parties or they're in the car together, I thought they would say stuff like, "Man, this black guy came in for a job today and I qualified and I didn't give him the job." And I thought they all laughed and had a good time.
No, but you don't know what they do. They just don't tell you that.
But I'm saying I thought they told other white people.
You don't know what they tell them. I don't trust them. I don't think, remember, we are in a whole different group. We're in the black group. They're not going to say that in front of you. I believe they say all of those things you say. They have a conversation about it, but I'm going to tell you this. I don't think they really know in depths of what black people go through because they really don't care. That's nothing. It's what you call it, out of sight, out of mind. So if they don't see it, it does not affect them. It don't only affect them when they got a black friend or they know somebody came and told them something. They go along their life being white. They don't worry about black issues.
Yeah. But I'm surprised that I thought that other white people, unless the white people that are telling me they didn't know that this was going on, they really know, but they're just saying they don't know.
Yeah, or they ignore it's not a part of their life. Just like certain words is not a part of our vocabulary. This is not a part of their life to worry about what is going on in Black America, unless it's being shown or it's national scene where it's all over, where they have to face it and look at it. Like George Floyd, you had to see that. Remember, a lot of the stuff that's being done to us is not publicized. We're only publicized when we're doing something bad or they got some bad information and don't tell the damn truth, the whole truth. They don't see that. They just see negativity about it. So when they actually saw this police on this man's neck and was just had his hand in his pocket like it was nothing, a lot of them was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And then don't get it twisted when we look what we just went through with what's her name, Pretty and the young lady, Miss Good. They were in a state of shock. They was using black tactics to get these people that they use on us on an everyday basis for the past 200-300 years. But they was not used to seeing it happen to their own people. So I'm telling you, they don't pay attention. They don't pay attention like that. It doesn't bother them like that.
Pamela Jones said, they probably do share the racist stories, but they don't see them as racist.
Right,
That
right.
it's funny you said that, Pam, because I was with this white friend and a family member of his that came from South Dakota or one of them states somewhere, and he was acting real funny with me, and and I said, "What's the matter? He doesn't like black people or something?" And I was kidding. He said, "Well, he's okay. He just never grew up around black people, so he's not sure how." Like, what do you mean? Like, he didn't grow up around black people? You think I grew up around white people? How is that? I mean, but he just said it so nonchalant, like it was okay. He just didn't grow up around black people, so
Mm-hmm.
the way he is. Which tells me if that particular person ever had to be in a position where he had to hire black people, it's not going to happen.
No.
So he can blow that off as, oh, he just didn't grow up around black people. So, but I see a lot deeper than that. I see if that son of a bitch ever became a police officer or a doctor or a surgeon, something that involved black people, we're fucked.
Right, and it's not only him; it's a whole lot of them. It's a whole lot of them. But again, remember, they don't look through the same lens we look through, Carl.
Yeah.
They don't look through the same lens. That's why I can't have a white psychiatrist tell me anything about my life or try to tell me they understand. They will never understand. Just like with the doctors with our bodies. Everybody's body is different, So, I think that a man should be with a man doctor, that he can be able to understand your body better, and women too. Women should be with women doctors so they can be able to tell you about your body, because a man will never understand a woman's body like that. Yes, there are good male and female doctors and stuff like that, but I'm just real particular like that. So white people will never understand our walk of life.
Yeah. So Scooby-Doo came back with you're deliberately conflating issues. You're using systematic racism to defend a rapist. I'm not defending Bill Cosby. I'm not defending him.
Did he just hear what we said? If Bill Cosby did that to all four of those women, he deserved everything he getting. But if he didn't do it, and that's sad that he got caught out there, that's on his ass too. Because him as a black man should have known better. We already know the history of how white men feel about black men, especially with white women, okay? And yes, Emmett Till got killed because they thought he was whistling at one, okay? He was only 13 years old. So, again, no, nobody is commending or is rooting for Cosby on that. No. But we're saying it's more to the story for some woman to come back after 52 years and get 19 million. It's no DNA connected to her. It's no rape kit connected. I mean, it's none of this stuff. None of them remember half this stuff. But she got awarded 19 million. That's just letting you know they making sure they empty his pockets out. Their defamation of his there was a defamation of character. They are tearing his character up. So when he leave this earth, he's always going to have a stain on it. Not that he created platforms for other black people. He created visual for us. No, it's going to be that he slipped Mickeys in white women drinks and raped them. That's what he has to live with for the rest of his life.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to show you this video is strictly for you, Scooby, because I know you don't believe that all this racism talk that we do it. But this is a white guy in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Grand Rapids is part of Michigan, right? Apparently, this white guy intentionally took the tags off his license plate and drove around to see if he would get pulled over by the police. And, he said he just did it, and
These are?
Here we go.
Yeah, you do. License plate tabs. These are mine from a year ago when I decided to start an experiment to see how long I, as a white dude, could drive around without them and not get pulled over. Last year, working all the way across town 5 days a week, driving through 4 or 5 different police jurisdictions, I was never stopped or questioned once. But please do keep telling us that there's no racial or class bias in policing. I bet if I started riding my bike around with a gun on me, nobody would call. But in the past couple of years, GRPD has killed on 2 out of 3 calls for simply being black and having a firearm, supposedly in a state where that in itself is not illegal. Speaking of racism, let's talk about dogs. As a white guy from the South, I gotta say that when I see a black man running away having dogs sicked on them, it's reminiscent of the plantations of the old South, with an E. Delbert, release the hounds, that boy's running. I concur with those who've called for drastic change in the dog policy at GRPD. I also...
So basically, and that is this year, he took the tabs or whatever the tags are off his license plate, drove around, and nothing happened to him. You know, but as he said, yes.
That white privilege is good.
Yeah. You know, you get to drive around. We would like to think that it's over, but unfortunately it's not.
No, I mean, didn't we just talk about this a few years ago when I think they was trying to appraise their homes and they had to change the pictures to white pictures.
Kevin had to change his pictures in his house.
Kevin had to change his pictures, and somebody else had. I read it. Somebody else had to change their pictures.
DL Hughley said the same thing. DL Hughley.
Yeah, that they had to change their pictures to get a proper appraisal, because if you see a black person on there or anything like that, or you know it's owned by a black person, oh, you get a whole different price. So they be charging nigga tax. So that's why I don't understand how, again, white people and people from other countries, they don't see what we see because they're programmed to think that we complain too damn much when we're actually just telling you what we're going through, what we're feeling, and what we see all the time in our life.
Yeah. So, so there we go, Scooby. I know you live in a wonderful world, Scooby. I know you're a wonderful person. You have a wonderful family. You have wonderful friends. You don't get exposed to what we get exposed to, but trust me, it's out there. So Chili of TLC apparently has gone the way of Nicki Minaj, and she donated to the Trump MAGA fund, and I think she reposted a video of Michelle, something disparaging about Michelle Obama, claiming that
she was a man,
born a man.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get it, Tiff. I don't.
Chili has, I'm gonna be honest with you, Chili has been weird to me for years. Chili is weird to me, and I'm gonna be honest with you, TLC is nothing without Left Eye. I'm sorry. Left Eye's gone now, God rest her soul. But they're nothing without her. And again, if she is MAGA, which I'm not surprised, a lot of rich people are. You understand? You notice that? Notice that a lot of the rich people are going for MAGA. But now she's on an apology tour, trying to apologize to say that she didn't know she was fighting for children's rights and all of that, and she didn't know. Oh, okay. Don't try to clean it up now. You should stick with her. Stick with MAGA, baby.
So Tiffany said, Chili's on an apology tour. So, but here's some videos on the whole Chili issue.
I think what we're seeing happen with Chili of TLC is a part of a larger issue, which is that we're finding out that a lot of the celebrities that we loved don't actually care about the people who they built their careers on the backs of, but instead are only interested in their bottom line, which is their wealth. Waka Flocka Flame continues to play just another brother from the hood, but doesn't actually care that people from the hood are being negatively impacted. Nicki Minaj, entire career built on the backs of black folks, and does not care how black people are impacted by what's going on in this country. In fact, doubles down on it. Nick Cannon, who was looking to the community to support him when he was being canceled by Jewish people, and then turns around and talks about his admiration for that man. So for those of you who don't know what's going on with Chili of TLC, she reposted this post that was suggesting that Michelle Obama was born a man. And when people discovered it, she began to backpedal and put out statements saying that it was an accident. Here's the video of her trying to explain what happened that caused her to accidentally, as she claims, repost the post.
Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button. And I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button.
Now, unfortunately for Chili, what she said in that video does not align with this message that she posted on the same post, saying that she reposted it thinking that she was supporting something else. Which one is it? You know what I mean? And another thing that did not help was that people did some digging, and it seems like she allegedly had donated to the very group that she says she does not support. The math is not mathing. I don't know. I just feel like Left Eye would never. She would never.
Chili said she hit the wrong button. Do you know?
She did that. Who did that to Shannon Sharp?
Yeah.
When he was sleeping with his boyfriend. Yeah. He gonna sit there, allegedly, he gonna sit there and say, I made a mistake and touched the button. No, you touched the button because you trying to make everybody think you so straight. That's why you touched the goddamn button. But yeah, I don't believe none of the things she say, okay? Because first of all, she has a son. He can keep her up to date to certain things. She's not going to repost or dispost certain stuff. She's full of it. She knew what she was doing, and now it's coming back to bite her. You know why? She's going on tour with what's her name? In Vogue and Salt and Pepper.
Oh, so she's trying to save her bank account.
Yes. So they going on tour right now. So either she's trying to get that black publicity, or or they just pulled that out to shut her ass down. But she's going on tour.
Okay, so I get it. All right, enough of I mean, people support who they support, why they support, how they can overlook all the horrible things that, I mean, a man is firing all the black people. Does he have?
I'm telling you, it's a part of their contract not to help black folks. A part of their contract. Listen, we will make you successful, but you can't do nothing for your community, and you cannot post certain things. You cannot do certain things because you are under contract with us. I'm telling you, Carl, they are up under certain contracts that they cannot post or they cannot be involved. And if they do, they get their ass in trouble or they lose money.
Tiffany, you know what? I'm going to tell you, when I was deep in comedy, I mean, when I was neck deep in comedy and I was doing really well, I had to sit down with a manager. And he told me, if you get to a certain point, even if you have to start cutting people off, he said, that's the way it is. You have to start cutting people off, even if they're your best friend or they've been with you from the beginning. When you hit a certain plateau, when you hit a certain point in your career as a celebrity, as an entertainer, whatever, you start making a certain amount of money, you got to start leaving people behind and start cutting people off.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I don't understand why people do it. Would I have done it? You know, I don't think I would have, knowing me and my personality, but that's what you're told when you're on that trajectory.
You got to, because the people that you would have never was jealous of you or had issues with you be the ones the closest to you. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you saw that Jay-Z came out with an interview. And the interview was very well done. It was by GQ. He had a young man that works for GQ interview him. And for him to actually say how angry he was that people accused him of doing something, he said, it's one of the street codes is we don't mess with women and children. You understand what I'm saying? And for people to really, to really accuse me, like they said, what Biggie said, more money, more problems.
Yeah.
That's just it. People is either gonna love you or they're gonna hate you, or you're gonna find out who people really am, and you're gonna have to cut yourself off. You understand? Because they're not gonna be good for your circle. And sometimes your circle is better smaller than larger because you got to keep an eye on these haters. Lord of mercy, and it could be your family too.
Yeah.
Your family could hate on you too.
Yeah. So I'm sure Tiffany have seen the TV show The Price is Right. And I'm gonna
I
talk.
used to love The Price is Right. That and the Family Feud. What's that man that will always be trying to kiss all the women in the mouth?
Was kissing all the women on the mouth.
He was like, mwah, mwah, mwah.
Yes.
Over there
Richard
spreading that
Dawson.
white man disease. Mwah.
Richard Dawson.
Yes, Richard Dawson was out there spreading that white man disease on people's mouths.
Yeah, he used to kiss them all on the mouth. Man, that was crazy back in the day. He used to kiss all those women on the mouth. But anyway, it's come out that Bob Barker, the host of The Price is Right, come on down
to The Price is Right.
He
got it 100,000 years old.
You're the next contestant on The Price is Right, but if you're black, don't touch me.
Listen, I feel the way he feels because I don't want no whites touching me. Shit.
All right, so here's a little story on Bob Barker.
Production allegedly let Barker know about a contestant's race in advance, and quote, they would have a letter B written on the card. It was pretty sad. A black contestant may try to hug Bob Barker, and he'd kind of shrink away from them. Holly Hallstrom also said that Barker believed black men were the most diseased people on earth. And then there was the sexual harassment. Game show historian Christian Carrion explained that Barker was known to comment on contestants' appearances. Catherine Bradley said some of the men on set would openly stare and act inappropriately towards the models. Bradley said one stagehand rubbed up against her and other models, and she reported it, but nothing was done about it. Producer Barbara Hunter, meanwhile, recalled an incident where a man allegedly groped her in an elevator, claiming he just stuck their hands right on my boobs. Carrion said CBS eventually implemented a rule in which crew members could only look at the models for 10 seconds at a time, but it was barely enforced. Hallstrom said if you brought up sexual harassment to Bob Barker, he'd say get over it or look for a new job. And then there was the affair that involved Barker himself. He allegedly had relations with model Diane Parkinson, and Barker reportedly had a different girlfriend at the time, but that didn't stop him from engaging in, quote, hanky-panky with Parkinson in his dressing room. But then things between Parkinson and Barker turned sour, and Hallstrom said Parkinson had dated black men prior, which was a problem for Bob. Parkinson and Barker then got into a huge fight one day while at work, and then after Parkinson agreed to pose in Playboy, she was really on Bob's shit list. She was eventually fired and then filed a lawsuit against the show for sexual harassment. Parkinson ultimately dropped the lawsuit, and the documentary claims that it tried to find her for comment, but, quote, her whereabouts remain a mystery.
So it's 2026, and many of us are just now discovering that The Price is Right's host Bob Barker was not a great guy. He didn't even want the black contestants to touch him.
A car on The Price is Right. You want a car? Yes, don't attack me.
He was so upset with black people that when Diane Parkinson had revealed that she had been with black men, he went berserk because they were having an affair and he thought that they could spread disease.
Bob did mention if she had ever been with any other person that was black, that he would not be happy and that he thought they might have had some kind of communicable disease or something.
He did not want to be touched by us. And a lot of people seem to be shocked by this. This man was born in 1923, okay? I don't know what you guys are expecting from someone born in 1923, but they're usually not very good people historically. And on top of that, a lot of people still have these ideas and views. You see people on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter that call women who are with black people mud sharks and among other racial slurs. So these ideas still exist, but people are just now discovering he's not a great guy.
Don't touch me.
I think the hardest part for a lot of people is that he was a host until 2007. They knew his history. They knew exactly what type of man he was, and he was still able to host up until 2007. If you haven't seen this documentary, I would definitely recommend watching it. It definitely seems like a must watch.
He was like, don't touch me.
Listen, we don't care.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. He was like this trying to be like, yo, that shit was funny. Oh my God. I didn't even recognize, you know how you older now.
Yeah.
You go back and look at these shows, you gonna see that. He was, don't touch me. Oh God, that was funny. You almost made me choke.
Yeah, that was Bob Barker. But I mean, we don't care. Like, we know. I mean, we really didn't know about Bob Barker, but we're not surprised.
No, I'm kind of surprised.
You're
I
surprised?
thought he was a little bit down to earth. You understand what I'm saying? Just a little bit. But for him to say it, you're not surprised, but you'd be like, I tried. I was rooting for you, Barker. And come to find out, you like, don't touch me. Don't touch me, nigga. Ah, y'all got diseases and will kill me. Y'all the one with the nasty diseases.
Yeah. I mean, when I say I'm not surprised, I mean, I would never thought he was, but hearing it, I mean, am I like shocked? Oh my God, not Bob? No, because, who was the guy that was on the black people's side was the guy that hosted the Twilight Zone. He was Rod Sterling. If somebody correct me if I'm wrong, Rod Sterling hosted the Twilight Zone. That guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was hardcore. Well, I don't want to say hardcore, but he was definitely, he based a lot of his programs based off, how black people were being treated, and I think he was part of the civil rights movement, and he really tried to put black people into his episodes, and he really was he was one of the good ones. So
it is a few sprinkle here and there that are really cool white people. They are allies. So
yeah.
I don't trust all. I still grab my pocketbook when I see them.
All right, so you want to do the Druski? Let's talk about Druski.
Okay. First of all, Druski got them white MAGAs so upset. They panties is in a bunch. Okay, they white supremacy is in the crack of their ass right now.
So comedian Druski did a parody of Erika Kirk, who was the widow of Charlie Kirk, who was shot,
murdered at the school, popping Stern.
Yeah, and the whole MAGA
bless
world
his
is going crazy because they're saying if a white person put on blackface and did a parody, all hell will break loose. Black people be upset. There would be protests. Somebody would lose their job. So it's not fair that black people get to do whiteface and white people can't do blackface. So that's their argument. But here's Druski.
So Erika Kirk suing me over a video I posted, me and all.
Play that one, but I think that's AI. I'm gonna play Tiffany. Tell me if you think this is AI.
Okay.
Let one of them get hung, I would murder that person's whole family.
Not that. Now I can't find it.
So Erika Kirk suing me over a video I posted, me in all white, walking in with fireworks, hitting a double take, that half cry, half smile, talking like those political wife speeches. And now it's too far. Now, let's keep it real. You forgave the man who killed your husband, but you taking me to court. Say it again. You forgave a killer, but you're suing a comedian for a video. That's crazy. And don't lie on me. I ain't joke about no tragedy. I didn't touch that. I joked about what everybody sees, the outfit, the voice, the way y'all get on stage and talk. That's public. That's what y'all put out. I just copied it. Now it's a problem. So what comedy got to be safe now? Comedy got to ask permission or just not be accurate. Because last time I checked, impressions, parody, all that, that's free speech. That's the whole point. But now it's crossing the line because it hit too close. So be real. You mad I made a joke or mad it looked exactly like you? You protect all men in America, especially all white men.
You think that's AI?
I don't know if it's AI, but it's the truth. Because she is trying to sue him. They sent him a cease and desist about it. And he was like, when y'all going to get over trying to come for comedians that is cracking a joke? It's a damn joke. And everything he did was the truth. You saw when I think it wasn't even a week or two that this man died, and she come out with these hydraulics.
Yeah.
That same thing all over the place. And the way he was talking is the way she talks. She's weird. I'm sorry. It's sad that her husband got murked in front of all of those people. It's horrible. But you are weird. She's a weirdo. I'm sorry. I'm down with him. And that thing was funny. Funny. But then you saw some white boy trying to act like a black judge in blackface. You're not funny. We're not laughing at you. We're not laughing at you.
All right, here's Druski doing his thing, his Erika Kirk thing.
Get on your feet, boy!
War is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
How about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers. And we are all his children. But when I say children, I mean like the holy, blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible. Sweet cream foam chai ice matcha. And Bella will have all organic pop cup.
organic?
Yes, everything organic.
Are you good? 4, 3, 2. Hold your chest lifted. We're gonna lift.
We have to protect all men in America, especially all white men in America. Those are the boys that we care about in this country. America is built on their backs. Yes. Because they are the ones who mattered most.
That black man in the back like, what did this lady man say? I think he did very well. And if you look at these videos with her talking side by side, when she was on that talking about God and stuff, she was like, and we want to follow the Bible.
Yeah.
Like she's weird. Like I said, she's weird. She always been weird. And you know, she actually came from Trump. She was a pageant girl. This stuff. So I don't know if they set her up to get with what's that man named Kirk?
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. But she better watch her back because is coming for her. Candace Owens.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Candace go on her. Every time she go up there, she get millions and millions of views talking about Erika and how weird she is. She's just weird.
Yeah.
I know my husband died like that. You're not gonna see me or my kids for a little while.
Yeah. But of course, she wants the publicity. So
yeah, and I heard they raking up a lot of money that company he had, and it doubled since he gone.
Yeah.
Then you got Nicki Minaj going up there. Then we find out Chili donating money. Like, dang. We get it.
All right, so we're getting ready to wrap it up, but before we go, Tiffany, we've seen the videos where people are getting what I call Trump muscles. These white men.
What happened to his Trump deranged syndrome?
White
now
men.
You tell he got muscles, Trump muscles?
Trump, like how people say you got beer muscles, like you get drunk and you think you can kick ass, but you can't.
Oh, right, okay.
Trump muscles. Trump has these white men feeling that they can take on, black people. And here's a couple of instances where it did not go as they thought. So here's the first one. This Black man is at a bar sitting down having a drink, and his white man is in his face screaming. And of course, it didn't end well.
Richie, Kim, both of you, Kim, Richie.
I'll give you
Richie.
Count of three.
Richie.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are you gonna do?
Oh, shit.
I told you to get off
He
me.
went to sleep.
I told you to get off me. Did you not hear me say get the f off me?
Kim,
I'll give you
Richie.
count of three.
Richie.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are you gonna do?
Oh, shit.
I told you to get off
He
me.
went to sleep.
Wait a minute, Carl. Wait a
And
minute.
Trump muscle. See, got
Carl. So that is called Trump muscles.
yes.
When you go and you bother a man that's minding his business, he just sitting up there, and then he asks you, please, if I count to 3, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
I say 1, 2, 3, then you like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What you gonna do? Bow right in the neck. Quarter. He said, but didn't I tell you that's what you need to get your ass whooped? You remember your mama and dad used to whoop you, and they'd be on there pointing at you, telling you why they whooped your ass. Didn't I tell you to leave me alone? I told you that I was gonna whoop your ass.
Trump muscle. So here's another one.
Drop your shit now. Go ahead on, man. Watch out the way, man. Watch out the way, man.
Hey, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop. I got it. You can't put your hands on him, bro.
That's it, right? Put your phone. Let me go, man. Let me
Now.
go, man.
Something wrong, man.
Let me go, man. Let me go, man. Let me go, man. Right? Let me go, man. Let me go.
Hey, y'all need to stop, yo.
Dude, please, man. I'm begging you, please. I'm begging you, please, man. Dude, I'm begging you.
Listen, you heard him. He was
Trump muscle.
begging him.
Yeah.
He said, I'm begging you, please stop hitting me. Stop. He was choking him. Did you see him? He was choking him, like trying to tell. Then what bothers me, you hear the other guy, y'all need to stop. You see the man attacking him.
Yeah.
He's telling him to please leave me alone. Please just leave me alone. Stop choking me. Just stop.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. And then when he smacked his ass, you understand? Just like you remember when the guy was walking past and he tapped the white guy, and the white guy went behind him and kicked him right in his ass.
Yeah.
And then the black guy came back and pumped him. And that's where everybody want to come up and stop him. You didn't stop your friend from kicking the man in the ass, but as soon as the black man want to fight back, y'all want to stop and stop. No, you can't do that. Hell yeah, I can do that. You kick me in my ass, I'm going to slap the shit out of you. And that's what happened with that man. You do not, he kept begging you, leave me alone, leave me alone. So a message again to white people with these Trump muscles. Leave black people alone. That is the therapy of today. We done been through too much in our life, and we're not going to have no one, no white, no black, nobody put their goddamn hands on us and continue to put their hands on us without you get your ass whooped. He begged. Carl, you saw him beg.
He did. He absolutely did. Please.
He said, I'm begging you, man. I'm begging you. When somebody keep begging you and asking you to leave them alone and you still bother them, you deserve everything that's coming to you. Yeah. Bam. What you saw? They said KO, knocked out.
I mean, what did he think was going to happen? Regardless of who that was, black, Chinese, whatever. What do you think was going to happen?
Carl, they think that we're not going to fight back, especially people in the Southern South. Yeah. I mean, in the southern areas and certain, they think that they're not like our white people is not going to try that too much because they in their own areas here in the North. But when you get down south in these southern states and you have these docile black men that really, they will overlook certain stuff. Because I have to tell my nephew, sometimes you got to overlook stuff, right? But that took it to a level where he had that went on for like what 2 minutes, 3 minutes or something. Like it felt like it was a long enough time that you asking him to please stop, and you continue to choke him, and then you tried to push him and tell him to go back to work like he's some fucking dog. You had to get slapped. Yeah, I'm gonna lose my job, but I'm not losing my dignity. That's it.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have put his hand on him. He should, if he had a problem with him, he should have just asked him to leave or whatever the case may be. But no, he put his hand on him and he got slapped the fuck up. Go, leave me the hell alone. I told you to leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, somebody in the chat said Crypto Jojo. I think I got that right. Said he only was saying please because he really don't want to go to jail for whooping a white man.
Yeah, you're 100% right too. When you hearing somebody beg, we already know that once we do this shit, it's a possibility we getting our ass locked up or we getting our ass killed. So we have to beg and be like, please, I'm telling you, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to die. I don't want to kill you. I don't want to do it. Stop it. And then he kept doing it. He kept doing it. He kept doing it. And he had to fight for himself. Come on, Carl. You ain't going to have nobody keep choking your ass up.
No.
Okay. Any man in the chat, that's watching this, y'all not going to sit there and allow no man, especially no white man to be choking you the hell up.
Yeah.
And he knew he could try to do that to him, but then he got a wake-up call. I bet you he won't be putting his goddamn hands on nobody else's neck.
Yeah. And I know how that guy felt because I remember back in the day, I remember I was working for this company and myself and another white dude, we were in the copy room. It's just a smaller room with a copy machine, one of those big, tall, those big copy machines we're making copies. And I guess he wanted to make a copy, but I was there first. And I guess I was taking too long. And he said, I need to use a copy. I said, well, I'll be done in a few minutes. Just give me a. And he walked up to me, Tiff, this white man, and chest bumped me hard.
Oh, no.
And I came back and I folded my fist and I was going to lay him out. And he just stood there. And in an instant, I saw police showing up. I saw me going to jail. I saw at the time, married, I was the only one working. And I saw me losing in a few seconds, I saw my whole life going
flash
down
in front of you and
yeah.
you whoop his ass.
Yeah, and I just folded my fist and I looked at him, and I just said, "What? Let me just walk away." Because I was so mad that he felt like he got. I know he felt like he got the best of me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's only him and I in this little room, and when the white people came in, because I was probably one or two blacks that worked at that company. If white people came in, saw this white man laying on the ground bleeding, me standing over him,
they would have been like, he's violent. Yeah. We knew he was violent.
Exactly. So I know exactly what that brother was going through. You know what I mean? Because you know what's going to happen if you fight back.
Yeah.
And they know, the white people, they know. He knew that the HR and the police and whoever came down would have been on his side. He knew in an instant. Yeah. I knew in an instant I would lose my job, my family, my house, my everything. And he knew in an instant that he had all those people on his side.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that that guy had the camera on him too, because he can take that for harassment, and be like, I begged him. Y'all heard me beg. If he had a lawyer, and he begged him, please keep your hands off me. That's a toxic work environment, But if it's a private company, he probably won't win. But if it is and he has a union, he can try to fight it. Nobody should have to work in a toxic work environment, especially when whites are being disgusting towards blacks.
But I'll be honest, to this day, I look back on that and I wanted, if I saw him today.
You would punch him in his face?
100%.
You remember this shit, man? Bam! And then walk away real fast. You better run.
100%. Because you walk up to me and you chest bump me so hard that it knocked me back a few feet. Like I had to, for what?
He wanted to show you he was the white boy. Back your ass up. That's what he was trying to do. You good, because I would have probably chest bumped to back.
Yeah. You know, I didn't want to just chest bump. I wanted to kick his ass.
I know you did, but I'm glad you made the right decision because you probably would have been somewhere hanging somewhere.
Probably. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us for hanging with us today. Once again, we want to shout out to Kevin. Kevin,
We love you.
Our hearts are with you. We love you, and we hope everything works out for you. Patricia, same to you. Bridget, Mama Lee. Mama Lee's husband hit me up on Facebook, but I don't remember his name. I am so sorry. Let me see if I can. My God, Mama Lee, your husband Lee. I'm gonna call him husband Lee. And we had a quick chat, and he told me he was Kevin's mom's Kelvin. Kelvin, shout out to Kelvin. And I told Kelvin, take care of Mama Lee. Otherwise, Kevin and I are gonna show up. Make sure you take care of Mama. So shout out to Kelvin and Donna. Thank you so much. And Scooby D2. I know we had a little bit of differences. I know you think we are defending, but Scooby, I don't think you understand what it's like. I don't know if you've ever lived in the U.S. Even if you did live in the U.S., your experience will still be different because
he don't know how it feels to be black. You over there trying to be nice. Right. He does not know and understand how it feels to be black, and we don't know how it feels to be
right.
What he say? He's from Ireland.
Yeah, Scotland. I think Scotland.
Or Ireland or whatever.
So Scooby D2, no hard feelings, brother. I get it. Yeah, I can't live in your skin. I would never know what it's like to get a sunburn. So you would never know what it's like to be black. So we're both, we're both in the same boat. But thanks again for watching the show. Please like, share, subscribe. Of course, we try to spread like wildfire. And we're here every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Tiffany, before we go, anything you want to share that you have on your mind that you want to? Before we go,
this is the last Sunday of the month. I know a lot of people went through a lot and a lot of people prospered. So we definitely want to send love out to our watchers, to our family, to our friends that support us, and whoever need love, we're sending out love to all y'all. To my family members, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm about to get ready for our shows. Fashion Week Brooklyn is coming up soon for April. So if you in Brooklyn, make sure you look us up, Fashion Week Brooklyn. We do fashion shows. That's about it. You get ready for April. It's the April season. It's actually Aries in the house. Shout out to all my Aries friends and family. Shout out and to all the Aries out there. Party and have fun. Healthy fun. And again, thank you everybody for being here. We appreciate you. And make sure you chime in next week.
All right. So I'm going to showcase a couple of black businesses. One is an ice cream store in California, I think this one is. And then there's this lady that makes bags. She's a black designer. She makes bags.
Two black sisters looked at the dessert world and decided to reinvent it entirely. Urban Dessert Lab. Black and woman-owned, Urban Dessert Lab is the world's first oat milk ice cream shop, and West Hollywood is lucky enough to call it home. Founded by sisters Zan and Courtney, who recognized the prevalence of lactose intolerance in the African-American community and the lack of authentic tasting vegan ice cream, they collaborated to create a proprietary oat milk formula that even dairy lovers can't resist. Named one of ESPN's champion black businesses for 2024 and featured in the New York Times, Good Morning America, Forbes, and Ebony. This is not just a dessert shop, it's a phenomenon. From the legendary Brûlée to their signature deconstructed cakes, every bite is an experience. Black owned, sister built, world's first. Urban Dessert Lab, where innovation tastes like ice cream.
All right, and here's the bag.
Please, don't buy a Chanel bag until you see what a black goth woman made instead.
All right. Let me shout out Pamela, thank you for checking in. Donna and Emma Crawford, thank you guys for checking in. And everyone that chiming in on the chat. I hope I'm not forgetting. I know I'm forgetting some people, but I try to remember as many as I can. But we're out. We love you guys, and thank you for checking in.
Happy Women's Month.
Say his name. Michael Brown. Not a headline, not a rumor, not a hashtag on a screen. He was somebody's son, somebody's dream. Hands up, don't shoot. Let the truth spring through the land. Hands up, don't shoot. Till justice finally understands. Hands up, don't shoot. From Ferguson to every street. Hands up, don't shoot. Till mercy and freedom finally meet. Mother Stu whispers to heaven tonight. My baby had his hands up.
George Floyd called out for his mother. Eric Garner said he couldn't breathe, brother. Tamir Rice, just a boy in the park with a toy gun. Trayvon Martin, Skittles in his pocket. Never made it home, they say justice, but we still waiting. Another life gone, another mother praying. Another candle in the wind, another hashtag trend. But the pain don't end, no, the pain don't end. Say their names, say their names, say their names. Don't let silence take the blame. Say their names. They were loved, they had dreams, they were more than what it seems. Say their names. Sleeping in her bed. Sandra Bland with questions left unsaid. A Tatiana Jefferson playing games at night. Brett Kia Boyd lost in flashing lights. They don't say her name the same way. Don't march as long, don't cry as loud, don't stay. But she was somebody's baby too, and her life mattered just like you. When it's trending, not just when the camera's pretending. Say that name, but it's quiet, but it's late, but it's just you in the way. So the world don't rewrite the story, for the truth don't get buried without glory.
Jermaine Eddie Coleman.
With the knowledge game, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. We in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know it, Kevin calling.
We'll give you everything
you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy, we're gonna challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all the schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's It's called Kevin and Tiffany. Now welcome to
Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show.
Let's go.
Yes.